The Kamak we all know and love may be an imposter. Yes, that's right. The Kamak that we've seen throughout the Mario universe many times, game after game, is fake. Well, I'm not saying that this is confirmed. It's just a theory that I had after going over the lore of the new Yoshi game, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. And when you think about it, the idea might not be that far fetched that we've been following a fake Kamek this entire time. Today, I'm just going to be going through the new lore that was added through Yoshi and the Mysterious Book and going into why that lore might lead to Kamek being a fake. I'm Ray Ray, and let's jump right into it. The first thing you have to understand before we go into this is the new lore that was established in the game. The lore regarding Kamek was simple. Kamek had been trapped in Mr. E's pages for many, many years. So when Bowser Jr. showed up, he thought that he was Bowser, and eventually he reunites with Bowser, realizing that he missed everything. He missed his son, if you will's entire time growing up. But that's not the only new lore that they introduce. The other side of the lore is Mr. E's side, where he claims that a long, long, long time ago, the moon was getting ready to crash into Earth. So, in order to save much of the creatures on Earth, Mr. E put them inside of his pages. Now, that's not exactly what he says, but that's basically what he's implying. But in order to fully understand this weird catastrophe, first we have to understand, was Mr. E always a book? Well, no. I believe that Mr. E was originally a magic Koopa, like Kamek. And this magic Koopa found that he had the power, if a majority of magic Koopas grouped together, they could transform him into Mr. E, a book that could keep all of the creatures of the world safe. After all the creatures were transported inside of him, he got put into a hypersleep. This hypersleep might be why he didn't wait. He was sleeping when Bowser Jr. originally found him. Yeah, but where did Bowser Jr. find him? All we know about the location that Bowser Jr. was that it was covered in books. I believe that this was Kamek's study. Yes, this might be a little far-fetched, but let me explain. Kamek might have had Mr. E in his study due to the fact that he could sense that he was a magic Koopa. Kamek found the book and started looking through it. But because Kamek being interested in all of the things it had to offer, he got sucked inside of Mr. E. This probably happened during the time that Bowser was a baby, directly after the time period of a majority of the Yoshi's Island games, and the Yoshi games in general. Now, what does this have to do with our Kamek currently being an imposter? Well, a lot of people are speculating that this book is a prequel, if you will. It happens before the events of a bunch of the average Mario game, as it is a Yoshi game, and a majority of those are prequels. However, if you think that through, what if it wasn't a prequel? What if this was the current timeline? Nintendo never explicitly went out and said, this story takes place before or after a bunch of points in the Mario timeline. This could lead to a lot of confusion as to when it actually takes place, as Bowser's Castle, when it is seen, doesn't look all too different from some of the games. Which leads me to believe that either this game was just the building of that version of Bowser's Castle, or it took place after that version. Now, why is this important? Well, if this game was a sequel, that would indicate that all these years Kamek has been trapped inside the book. It would also make me realize that, wait a minute, Kamek didn't appear in Mario Sunshine. So this game had to have taken place after then, as it was Bowser Jr.'s introduction, and Kamek wasn't anywhere to be seen in that game, and Bowser Jr. is seen with the magic paintbrush in the beginning that he got from Super Mario Sunshine. This leads me to believe that that game takes place before this one. The next little snippet of information is Bowser's Fury might take place shortly after Super Mario Sunshine, as Bowser Jr. still has his paintbrush then. Kamek also doesn't appear in that game, but Magic Koopa enemies do. Think about it. The Magic Koopa enemies are, majority of the time, some people, when they just look at them, they're like, oh, it's just Kamek. When in reality, Kamek is one of many of his species. So during these two games that I'm pretty sure, if not certain, are connected to each other, the reality is Kamek wasn't there for either of them. So technically, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book could have happened directly after Bowser's Fury. But I don't believe that. I believe that Yoshi and the Mysterious Book could have taken place at some point after Mario Galaxy. As why would the moon collide with the Earth in the first place? What if, due to some Illuma transformation, it knocked the moon into orbit towards the Earth? Now, I know that this might sound complicated, but it could have been due to something that happened during the events of Mario Galaxy, like the black hole that reset the universe. What if the moon got pulled towards it faster than the rest of the planet, knocking it into the planet and causing a majority of the creatures to go extinct? Then, when the universe was reset, all those creatures were still extinct, but then the new world was born, where Yoshi lives. This sounds complicated, but it's really not. This leads me to believe that due to some extraterrestrial force that took place during one of the Mario Galaxy games, is why the moon hit the planet in the first place. But when you think this through, this means that Kamek was present in Mario Galaxy. Or was he? As I was saying, this leads me to the major theory that I've been proposing this entire video. The Kamek we've been following for a majority of Mario games is an imposter. How do I know this exactly? Well, the Kamek in most Mario games is just referred to a Magic Koopa, not specifically the Kamek that raised Bowser. This could lead to a lot of confusion, as Kamek and the Magic Koopas are often confused. Sometimes Kamek is replaced with a different Magic Koopa. Like in the Thousand Year Door, he was replaced with a different Magic Koopa altogether. This leads me to believe that the whole situation is that Kamek's been trapped in this book for longer than we think. And because of that, the Kamek who has been with us for so long is fake. It's an imposter who is just another Magic Koopa that Bowser has been ordering to take Kamek's place. Now, all this might sound confusing, and I'm not sure if I'm losing my mind trying to piece together where this lore fits into the world of Mario. But if you think about it, in a way, it does make sense that Kamek is an imposter until this game takes place. Now, I know that I don't have a lot of things worked out, like how Mario Galaxy could have directly influenced the moon to collide into this planet, or wherever Yoshi is in this game. But that's just a theory that I had. I feel like my connection to Bowser's Fury and Sunshine makes sense, that this game could have easily just happened directly after Fury and Sunshine, as the magic paintbrush is seen in it, but it's not seen in the average other Mario game. So there's a lot of dots that still need to be connected, but I feel like the basis of this theory makes sense of how the lore might connect. These are just my thoughts. Tell me yours in the comments, and please, if I am going insane, let me know, because Mario lore is driving me crazy recently, not gonna lie. with the whole Rosalina Shibik from the Mario Galaxy movie, still trying to figure that whole situation out. You can see where I try to piece out some Rosalina lore in a different video on my channel where I go into Rosalina's lore and such. But these are just all my thoughts on the situation. If you guys want to see me go into any other different Mario lore or just do anything in general, please let me know in the comments. Oh, and a couple days ago, I posted my first video where I let Isabelle on my channel. So if you guys are interested in seeing more content from her, reacting to what, I don't know, the Amazing Digital Circus or something, I don't know. I don't know where she's gonna go with this channel. But thank you for the support that the few people who watch the videos give. Thank you for your support, and I hope to see you all later. Have a Yoshi day, I guess. I don't know anymore. I might just be going insane. But yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going insane. See you all next time. Ray Ray out.